How are you doing? In the current terrible economic situation in Japan, like serious yen depreciation trend goes on and worker salary doesn't raise up, Japanese companies confront serious hardship to secure sufficient financial resources to support employees' salary now. So it is obviously true that if commodity price goes down, productivity of companies goes seriously down as well. So in the current situation, as far as I observe Japanese companies' situation from job search website, most of Japanese companies don't actually pay as much salary as workers can somehow make a living or spend a humane life in a Japanese society. It's like no matter how many years a worker worked for a company, there's no salary increase and there's no bonus. And no matter whether a worker made a good results for a company. So in addition, the amount of take-home pay that you can receive from a company is mostly lower than the salary that guarantees minimum standard of living that the Japanese government established. For example, a Japanese full-time worker who has worked for a company for about 10 years lamented over the situation where he got only 130,000 yen per month, which is about 880 US dollars per month after deduction of social insurance from the salary he received from a company. So 130,000 yen is the same amount of the minimum standard of living for people to be able to spend a humane life that the Japanese government established. In addition, this amount is as much as the maximum livelihood protection payment amount established by the Japanese government. So, which means it's like after the payment of rent and food and utility expenses, there isn't much money left after that, which means workers have no financial leeway to save money in the bank account or enjoy pastime on vacation on holiday or something in Japan. So Japanese workers are almostly a slave to rely on a company to receive allowance to survive on the day instead of giving a hard work dedication to a company, right? Moreover, Japanese labor market liquidity is much lower than other countries like America and European countries because full-time worker is strictly protected by the Japanese labor law. Japanese companies can't fire easily a full-time worker once they hire them. So it is really difficult for them to prepare for a vacant position for a new worker in Japan. So as long as I observe this situation, full-time workers are vested position in Japan. However, when the Japanese companies try to secure and collect laborers from the labor market, Japanese companies are really sensitive to hire people from outside from the viewpoint of whether the applicants can be familiar with company's culture, corporate culture, and applicants can bring a great performance on the job or something. Because of companies' sensitive skepticism, Japanese companies want to carefully observe how employees who they newly hire work for a company, so that they tend to set much lower salary than the average one in the labor market. So usually, if you want to change your job, it's quite hard for you to find a job that offers you higher salary than the current salary that you receive from a company that you work for in Japan. So that's why Japanese people decide to hold back the decision of changing their job, but keep working for the same company, although they fear treatment from a company they work for, because they think it's way more financially stable to keep working for the same company in order to maintain their living. So conclusively, Japanese people don't have as many choices of jobs as people or in other countries have, even if they have a certain ability. So even if there are vacant positions in Japanese companies, job offer conditions discourage people from applying for the job when they weigh their living on scales, right? So that's why Depression Mood covers Japan. So, and if they know their salary doesn't increase, they will do some other things that enables them to earn some money to support their livings in parallel with the primary job. So companies not paying sufficient salary for workers mean that it makes workers split consciousness that can be originally quite advantageous if they commit to one job with full force, right? So I think the amount of salary for workers is strongly correlated with companies' productivity.